Hi everybody, welcome to this new series I'm starting called Olive's Opinions, where I am Olive and I share my opinions. A reminder that these are my opinions. I think them. And that's that on that. If you don't like something I said, then turn off your ears. JK, because I want this to be like a discussion. I want people to be able to share their opinions. I want people to share. I want this to be a safe space to share. I think it's important that everybody shares. Comment what you think about what I said, and let's get a discussion going, because I'm bored. The first thing I want to talk about today is love, because it's a really interesting concept, and I think it says a lot about people. I started thinking about love critically very recently, a few months ago, I would say maybe 2. I was watching Grey's Anatomy, which I was doing a lot of. I was doing a lot of that at the time. I've kind of stopped. I'm taking a minute. I'm leaving Seattle Grace Hospital. I can't with them hoes. I was thinking about an old woman, for some reason, in a failing marriage. And she says to someone, my husband doesn't love me anymore. She's saying 2 things. She's saying the conscious thing, which is at the front of her brain, that she's thinking about and she's communicating to you directly, which is that her husband does not feel love for her the way that he used to when they were younger. But the second thing she's saying, the thing in the back of her mind, that she's not telling you with her words, but she's telling you is happening, is that he doesn't hold her hand anymore. He doesn't smell her hair anymore. He doesn't buy her jewelry anymore. He doesn't hold her when they're sleeping at night. So she's using the word love to describe 2 things, an emotion and an action, a noun and a verb. Thinking about love as a verb is really interesting because I've never thought about it. I've never thought about the word in that way before. To say that you love someone is to say that you actively, with your body, love them. I love my cat. I love her. She's my favorite thing. She's over there right now. So if I see her sitting in the sun, I'll go up to her, and I'll pet her face, and I'll pet her belly, and I'll kiss her on the cheek. That's me loving Maple. This is not the first time I've heard of love and actions being put in the same emotional place. Meaning someone loving someone means they do nice things for them. This is not the first time I've thought about that. But I've thought about that in a slightly different way. I've thought about that like showing someone you love them. I didn't think about that as loving them. I used to view that as like things you have to do. Things that you do or else the person will be very upset with you. And this is because I was in a not so good relationship when I was 16. I've thought about this. I've thought about, do I want to say that in this video? And I decided I do. Because you never know what other people are going through. And I would like someone to talk about their relationship when I was in my relationship. Basically, it was a long distance relationship. And it was with a person who was not very mentally stable. I was not very mentally stable. I don't think I was perfect. But I would 100% describe a lot of what happened as abuse. I do not know if I had the capacity to love this person. I think I felt a great deal of admiration and I really adored this person. But I don't know if when I was 16 during the pandemic, during high school, beginning to explore the nuances of my gender and it being a long distance relationship, which meant it was either on my phone or we were with each other for an entire week. Any number of these things could have completely taken away the ability for me to functionally love someone with actions or emotionally, because that is something that takes a lot of space. And sometimes just as you see more sides of a person, they're not who they were before. And the longer time goes, the less you love them. However, this was not acceptable. This could not be happening. It was absolutely not happening. I felt so responsible for this person's emotions, and I loved this person in like I love you, you're my girl way. I felt very close with this person, and I felt a great amount of care for this person, and I am solely responsible for the way that they feel. And since I care about them so much, and I care about upholding a good status with that person, I sacrificed myself very often. It's not very hard to talk about it now, because I'm looking at myself on my computer, and I'm like such a different person. Like such a different person. In so many ways. I am the person I was trying to be, which is really rewarding. And was something I felt like that person was trying to take away from me. Although I do think about this person a lot, because I do miss this person a lot, because I miss the person I once knew. I don't miss this person enough to ever initiate anything again, because it was the worst time of my life. And the phrasing, you need to show me you love me. This is how you show someone you love them. Actions speak louder than words. Your actions show me you don't love me. That was language used to keep me in this dynamic. I just had to jump in here while I'm editing, because I realized in each of those sentences, I used the word show. That's interesting, because the verb of the sentence has switched from love to show. And the place my mind goes when I hear the word show is a performance, which is accurate to the way that this language can affect somebody. It can cause you to perform love for the person. It also switches it from I love you to I must show you I love you because you have some sort of thing you need validated. I thought that was worth saying. So back to me, glam. So this is where it gets really, really tricky to think about action and love in the same sentence. But I think the way you can manage it successfully is to think about it as a verb, just like running, just like walking, just like blinking, just like serving. It's important to think about it like that, because it takes away all these expectations about what being in a loving relationship needs to be. And it takes away this like need to tell people I love you, like this moment, like when is he gonna tell me he loves me, like it's fucking Sex and the City. It takes that away, because you can tell when somebody loves you because they love you. And this kind of got me thinking more about expectations with love, and the fact that there's a lot of expectations about love when I'm sitting here like, girl, this is something that you feel. I have this like thing in my brain of like, love for someone is not valid unless you've known them for like a year, and like you're like in like a relationship with them, and it's like so great. Like, why can I not love somebody that I saw walking down the street? When does the love become valid, and when does it become not valid? I've also noticed that media talks a lot about you don't love me, you don't really love me. It's in a lot of songs, it's in a lot of shows, it's in a lot of movies. Like Pheromone talking to Valentina, you don't love me. Okay, but that was like, she really didn't. I started thinking about this because I was thinking about an old quote that I heard. I think it was in a Cat Black video, because I used to be watching a lot of Cat Black. But it was a polyamorous person. I don't remember any details about who they were, where this was, what this was from. And I could totally have the quote completely wrong. But what I remember the quote as being was a polyamorous person saying that they fall in love with people every day in big and small ways. I loved this quote because I related to it, because sometimes I just see somebody and I just love them. And I'm not talking about like a guy, like a sexy guy that I want to lick. I'm talking about a 45-year-old woman with almost natural red hair that's dyed, thick, cakey, chunky eyeliner, all just around her eyes, a bedazzled little shirt, some jeans, and a fierce bag, and French tip nails, and clogs that I see at a restaurant. I'm in love with her. I love her. I like to think about love like this because it takes so much stuff away and leaves you with emotions you feel for yourself. You don't have to do anything with this love. I don't gotta get married to that lady because she's fierce. I just gotta feel the love I feel for that person inside. I would be really interested to hear what you guys think about this. What defines real love, true love, and what defines Frivolous, doesn't matter, don't nobody care love. And what do you guys think about love and action in the same sentence? Because that is something that really has a lot of layers and a lot of room for different ways of viewing interactions happening and different ways you view the way you treat people. Somebody that you love, that you treat maybe like you don't, or somebody that you didn't think you love, but when you think about the actions you do with that person, it's love as a verb. Totally let me know what you guys think. I want to make this a bi-weekly thing because I want to be posting weekly. And I meant to start posting weekly after my Flickr video. I meant to be like, okay, every Friday, y'all divas get a video. But then I had to take a little trip. I had to go see my nan. She was sick. She was in the hospital. So I had to go see her. So that threw things off. But I'm going to start that now. I'm thinking doing Olive's opinions and then a fun video, like a Flickr video or makeup tutorial. I'm trying to get better at them. Alright, I love you guys so much.